We are back in the saddle here at GameDropZone.com. We are droppers, and we are talking about most anticipated game of 2016. Matthew Kershaw, how are you?
I hate that you call us droppers now.
The droppers. It's a hashtag branding. Hashtag dropper life. Hashtag droppers for life. Hashtag my name is Carl Schumann. Are you going to run down this list this time, or are you going to make me do it?
Do you want me to run down this list of... Alright, we got most anticipated game. We got Fire Emblem's Fates.
That's like actually 3 games, but we'll get to that in a second.
Zelda.
Zelda for Legend of Zelda for Wii U. There you go.
Something called Star Fox. I'm pretty sure that game died like years ago.
No, it's the hottest, latest Nintendo property. It's almost as good as the Metroid game. I'm really excited for that.
I never asked for this, but we've got Deus Ex Mankind Divided.
That's not going to win. Fuck you.
Halo Wars 2.
Hell yeah, all units, motherfucker.
Total War Warhammer of the Hammers.
Absolutely. You can't get enough hammers in this Carl France Warhammer. Carry on.
Mass Effect Andromeda.
That's stars. Space game. Space game. I'm drooling over here.
Doom.
I'm
Not the new Doom. We're talking about like the original Doom.
Absolutely. We're going back 10 years because retro games are the future. Hashtag retro for life.
No
Hashtag
Man's
droppers
Sky.
for retro.
No Man's Sky.
Yeah. Space. Dude.
How
going
can it
there.
be No Man's Sky if people are in the sky looking for planets?
Move on.
XCOM 2.
Also kind of space.
Aliens, Alamau. Final Fantasy XV.
You should kill yourself. And yeah.
Wait,
dude, road trip.
Didn't Final Fantasy 15 come out like years ago?
No, you'll think it should have done. It's been in development for like a decade. No, Final Fantasy 15 episode The Sky, the demo thing, came out earlier this year.
Oh, I remember seeing GIFs all over the internet of that, yeah.
Yeah, so hot.
And lastly is Kyle's favourite Yosuke dating simulator, Persona 5.
I know Yosuke, unless he's like a cameo.
Damn.
Yeah, Persona 5. It's all about thieves. You're like brain dream thieves trying to carve out a new society for you because you have no place in the old one. Hot
Jesus.
anime angsty teens. Yeah. Fire Emblem Fates is a lot of those things. That game is like 3 games. It's coming out in multiple parts, different sides of the story. It's like you're from one side of the family and you've been abducted or held hostage for political reasons by the other side. So it's like the choice which you make when, depending on which version of the game you buy, is whether or not you're going to side with your new family who raised you or your actual biological family. And they're, of course, at war because it's Fire Emblem. Yeah, I'm super excited for that. Super excited. Also, it's got anime cutscenes, so of course I am.
Sounds like they're trying to pull another Pokemon where they're like, yeah, buy 2 games to experience a full story.
There is a version that includes both, and a third version which is a different alternative story. So
Jesus.
It's one step further, but also I can't wait. I love Fire Emblem. It's really, really good. The Legend of Zelda, I'm looking forward to that because it's like we talked about how Splatoon was so good that Nintendo was like making a first-person shooter. Zelda is like Nintendo taking on the open world genre, which I've been pretty unsatisfied with over recent years, thanks to Ubisoft. So that's got to be exciting, right? The horses don't bump into trees. That's the hottest new tech.
It's a Zelda game.
I guess I like Zelda a bit more than you do.
You like it a lot more because I don't like Zelda. All the games are the same.
That's so not true. Wind Waker. I'm not a Zelda apologist and I haven't played enough of them, but that's completely untrue. You should go kill yourself now, you cis scum.
Alright, let me go get my rope.
Star Fox Zero, I take it you're not enthusiastic for that one?
Star Fox, that's the furry game, isn't it?
Absolutely. I thought you'd love it.
I'm not a furry, fuck you. I remember playing a Star Fox game back on like the GameCube. But I don't remember much of it.
I've never played one. I just liked the E3 demo. I thought it was really cool. You've got this like fucking weird transforming triangle. Don't get me wrong, it doesn't look like graphically impressive, but I kind of liked it. I like space sim games. That's kind of simmy.
The one I played,
arcade.
I don't think was like a real Star Fox game because I remember being on land and walking through like some weird forest area.
Were you getting fucked by lizards?
No, but I think Crystal, the furry thing that you thought was a fan character, then you found out it was a real thing.
Well, I'd seen it in other games online, which is exactly what I just said, yeah.
Yeah.
I can't wait for Star Fox. Hopefully it'll be as raunchy as the internet version.
I can't wait for Deus Ex Mankind Divided.
Why?
Because it's a Deus Ex game, and Human Revolution was really, really good, actually.
Adam Jensen is shit.
And Adam Jensen's so hot, man.
He's the worst. He's got fucking. I like the eye protector things.
The sunglasses are the dumbest part of him.
But like, he's just so fucking flat and boring, and he's got a pointy face.
No, he's great.
I also didn't. I really didn't. I enjoyed parts of Deus Ex Human Revolution, but like it felt super clunky. Like the inventory system, I got lost so many times in fucking Detroit or whatever the hell it was.
You should get good then and fucking play the original Deus Ex. Then you'll fucking appreciate how easier Human Revolution was.
I think I might delve into Invisible War at the weekend. Spend my Christmas holiday with the lovely Circle UI.
I cannot play that game. I have an hour and into that game. It's just impossible to play.
It was sarcasm. I'm not actually going to play that game ever.
Good.
Nor am I going to play the original ever because it's a shit game overrated by everyone.
Deus Ex Human Revolution is actually on backwards compatibility. I'm going to go play that after we finish recording.
Why is that on backwards compatibility and like Too Human by Silicon Knights, the game that you can't buy physically anymore, legally anyway, isn't? That game is a classic.
Because obviously you have to have Ugly Americans Apocalypse-ageddon on there.
Is that a real game?
Apparently so, it's listed here.
Is it better or worse than Hardwood Spades Backgammon? You know, there's like 5 card games that I've just mangled all their names together.
I don't know that game. No.
Anyway, we're talking about most anticipated. Let's look forward to Halo Wars 2. That's a surprise.
Halo Wars 1 coming to backwards compatibility soon. See, I was trying to segue it.
All right, you should have telegraphed your segue better.
Yeah.
Yeah, Halo Wars. You're not a massive fan of Halo Wars. I'm quite a bit of a fan of Halo Wars. Halo Wars 2 is being made by Creative Assembly, which don't seem like people who you should let make a console Halo Wars game.
I don't like strategy games on the console. It doesn't work. Something like Civ would work, but like real-time strategy doesn't work on console.
Well, Civs suck ass, so whatever. Civ's the worst game ever made, in case you're wondering. I can't wait till the next Civ game comes out and I can review it and repeat myself all over again. I really don't like them games.
You really like Starships, though, right?
I like Starships, yeah. I can get down with some Starships.
No, Sid Meier's Starships.
Oh, the game I gave 1 out of 5 with. Yeah, I loved it.
There you go. Good job remembering your reviewed games.
Well, it was such a piece of shit, I tried to wipe it from my memory. A bit like Halo Spartan Strike, the other hot Halo game I reviewed this year.
Oh, God.
Well, like, Halo Wars 2 has got to be good when you compare it to like the throwaway shit that they've been releasing on the side. Off the Halo games over the last couple of years.
I guess.
The shit movies. Total War Warhammer, the other game Creative Assembly are working on, which seems a bit more up their alley as like a big grand PC strategy game. I'm really looking forward to, but I'm a little bit hesitant. I don't think there's many factions, and granted the factions are quite different because it's Warhammer, so they're all wildly different.
What if they like get the games mixed up and you're playing that game and suddenly like a bunch of ODSTs drop in and they're like, fuck, we mixed up the code.
I'm such a nerd for lore, that would upset me so much. It's like when they added the XCOM troopers to like Civ, it just upset me. Also, Civ's a shit game, in case you couldn't remember.
Yep.
Doom, no. Mass Effect Andromeda, sorry, I missed that one. Did you see that in 7-day trailer?
Maybe? I don't know, I might have to go back and watch it anyway.
It was FemShep talking over some space footage and then just the ship gliding towards the Andromeda Galaxy. It was like this big fucking X-shape expanding thing. It was really cool.
I'm so excited for Mass Effect Andromeda. Like, if it's an actual open world Mass Effect game, it's gonna be so fucking good.
I really hope they. BioWare have always like iterated on their various franchises. Like you can see them in like small and large decisions. So I'm really hoping they take like the core of like Dragon Age and just put it into the space context, improve upon some of the rough areas. See if they can make worlds as compelling as that.
Well, that's the point, isn't it? The point is you're repopulating the Andromeda galaxy for humans and the other council races and stuff that have come with you into this galaxy, that you have to land on different planets and create like almost like Fallout-style settlements that you have to defend against the new aliens.
Yeah, the base camps. I don't know if that's going to be like build it yourself, aka
It probably
Fallout,
won't be. It'll be like you can land on this planet and create a settlement. It'll be like
like
massive
DAI.
Yeah, or like Massive Chalice, where you build like the different places and they get attacked.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, I
You
imagine
know,
it'll be something like that.
I hope they get the same. I hope like they embrace the detail that Dragon Age had, because I had a load of open world areas where if you could almost think of them as worlds. Like, yeah, I'm sure Mass Effect will be bigger and more expansive because you've got the Mako. But like, I just hope they get the richness of like stumbling upon a downed starship
Yeah,
and actually
I
meaning
just
something, as opposed to just being a generic Starship One.
I can't wait. Do you remember do you remember the first time playing Mass Effect and the first like cutscene where you would see a Turian and you'd be like, "Holy shit, that thing looks cool," and
That
then
game
you
was
would,
so crazy, like
and then
such a fucking different game.
yeah, and then you're just like you're with humans and you see a Turian or whatever and you fight the Geth and you're like, okay, these are robots, and then you get to the Citadel and suddenly there's like 7 or 8 new alien races and you're just like, holy shit, what is this thing? I can't wait for that moment because there's going to be new alien races in Andromeda and I can imagine there's going to be a bunch and there'll be like Taurians and Krogans and Asari are going to be kind of rare. There's not going to be
Yeah,
as much as like this new like fucking 4-headed beast monster that's actually super peaceful.
I
Like I
wonder how
can
they'll get around the everyone speaking your language problem, considering you'll have never met these people.
universal translator works
Yeah, I
everywhere. It's
guess.
universal. That's the point.
Yeah. I know that feeling you talked about is really good because like I didn't know what Mass Effect was one of those games where I was just getting into video games seriously. So it was like I'm just going to play this random game that one of my family bought. I think my granddad bought it or something. So I had like no prior knowledge of the game at all. So like walking into that and discovering what is basically Star Trek but in game form was kind of a transformative
Yeah,
in a
imagine
way.
imagine all the new space politics with these new alien races.
Yep, I'm gonna fucking genocide so many races. Speaking of genocide, Doom. I really love that E3 trailer. I've never played a Doom game before. Well, I have, but not to completion.
Yeah, it made me hyped for Doom, which I didn't think was possible in 2015. I mean, I have problems with like the colors, and a lot of people do that. It's not very bright, which they could easily change and fix. But they're doing a
Yeah.
lot of cool stuff with like the creation of maps and
Mm.
basically like a sandbox creation kit in there.
I didn't have any interest in it, but that trailer was like, this is sure the campaign will be like a pretty straightforward shooter, I imagine, but that's fine if it fucking feels good.
Yeah.
I'm all for that kind of thing. No Man's Sky, another space game. I think that's going to be on the other spectrum of like, we talked about like Andromeda being meaningful shit on the planets. I think No Man's Sky is going to be way more, but way. Its
Simplified.
its procedural nature will mean that you're not going to fight. Your breath isn't going to be blown away. I suspect each time you discover something.
Yeah, the problem is like you go to 2 different directions. Procedurally generated means there's going to be more diverse stuff, but it's going to be barren compared to this handcrafted stuff kind of world that Andromeda will be. Andromeda will be smaller in comparison, but it'll all be unique. Whereas
Hopefully, yeah.
No Man's Sky will look a lot of the same because of just how it is, and it's not necessarily a bad thing. It's just the 2 different polar opposites.
Yeah, I think No Man's Sky is going to be like a more arcadey version of Elite Dangerous. And I love Elite Dangerous, but I love Elite Dangerous for the simulation, rather than the. If it wasn't so hard to fucking land, that game wouldn't be so interesting.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to No Man's Sky, but I'm not. I don't think its nature isn't going to blow my mind. XCOM 2? It's fucking new XCOM. Who doesn't want that?
Me, because I never finished the first one.
God damn it, that game's really good. A load of more customization stuff in this one, which is exciting.
That was a problem I had with the first or XCOM Enemy, whatever it was called.
Enemy Unknown? Enemy
Sure.
Within, the expansion, added mech suits.
Yeah, I never played that one.
And gene splicing. It was really cool. I'm so excited for that game. But I could, it's XCOM 2. You know what you're getting. Final Fantasy 15. It's a fucking, like, anime teen road trip. There's, like, nuggies in tents and stuff. It's going to be so great. You can fucking camp at night, make your meals. It's got the Square Enix patented shimmy along these 2 really tight cliffs for a loading screen tech. I can't wait. Feathery hair everywhere. There's really nothing more you can say about that game other than it's fucking a Final Fantasy game that I'm actually interested in.
Yeah.
Persona 5, anime in a different direction. That game's going to be amazing. I can tell you right now. I don't have anything else to say about Persona 5. That's all. It's like I don't know enough about it. I read an interview with Game Informer where the creative director was like laying out your protagonist is like brooding and quite quiet, like all the Persona protagonists. But rather than being in a situation where you're doing good, like this altruistic, like solving the murder, helping society, whatever. You're actually like an anti-hero, so you and your friends are trying to. You don't feel like you fit into society, so you're trying to like create your own by like stealing people's dreams. It's fucking really cool. You're like dream thieves or something.
That sounds cool. All right, so out of the list we have here, what would you say is your most anticipated game?
I think I'm torn between space and anime, which is basically my life in a nutshell. And I include Final Fantasy in the anime side, but I think I know how this is going to end, so I might have to go with Mass Effect Andromeda, because it's a BioWare game.
Yeah, it's Mass Effect game as well.
Yeah, it's literally a new galaxy.
Yeah, I can't wait to explore all the new stuff.
I wish you'd go back and play all the Dragon Age games, because then it would be another whole side of the fucking BioWare sphere of games that you would enjoy.
Maybe one day.
So Mass Effect Andromeda.
Yep, Mass Effect Andromeda is it's one we actually agree on to begin with.
Yeah, I mean, I think we've come to. There's been no like disputes this year with our Game of the Year, has there?
Brother of Tale of Two Sons never should have won in 2013.
I mean, you fucking wanted the Division to be. No, you got your way in 2013. I don't know if this is on the website or just behind scenes, but the Division is not the most anticipated game of 2014, and it's still not out now. You made me take it off this list. That game's not coming out next year. It's never coming out. It's not a real game.
Yep, pretty much.
Fuck Ubisoft. Any New Year's resolutions aside from fucking Ubisoft?
I'm not going to play any Ubisoft games.
No, you will, because the Division's coming out, and you're going to fucking review that. I'm going to play all the anime games. How about that?
You already do that, so.
I'm going to play all of them plus more. I hope that Fire Emblem Cross Shin Megami Tensei game comes out, because that just seems to be like Pop Game the RPG, and it's we did a couple of trailers from it a couple of weeks ago and this week in video games, so check that out. We're going to have some hot stuff in the new year. We're going to check out some older games that came out in the last month or so that we never got around to playing. So we should have videos of them up. We might have some write-ups, I don't know. Yeah, Happy New Year, and see you in 2016.
Yep, see you.